oil. The biggest oil producers in Latin America is the oil. Latin America oil production is dominated by Brazil, Mexico, and Venezuela, countries that were responsible for about 75% of the region's total output in 2014. And that travels all the way through Uruguay, which is once again is from Colombia to Uruguay. So Asher is all throughout those lands. Asher is not just in Uruguay, but is all throughout these lands, man. You know, because we're scattered, man. Judah, the 12 tribe of Israel is throughout all these lands, man. You're gonna find Asherites out in Brazil. You're gonna find Asherites out in Venezuela. You're gonna find Asherites out in Ecuador. You're gonna find Asherites out in Peru and Brazil. Just like Judah is scattered everywhere, just like Issachar is scattered everywhere. All right. So your way, and we just reading this in YouTube video when we was watching this YouTube video that Uruguay is a lot of Europeans migrated to Uruguay because it's rich in oils, it's rich in food and minerals. Because out in Europe, which is known as the bottomless pit, that's the thing that they live is minerals and crops and agriculture. You know, that's why they got those fucking auto diseases out there. See, we are watching the video.
Of Spanish and Italian immigrants in the 19th and 20th centuries. Uruguay also has a small economy. Its GDP of roughly $50 billion is comparable to Panama or Costa Rica. That said, its economy is stable, with a regionally high per capita income, low unemployment, and virtually no extreme poverty. During the 2008 global economic crisis,
it has a steady economic. You say, man, and this is where Asher is located. This is all throughout where Asher is located out at, man. And they said they have no extreme poverty. It just said because they rich in dentities. Once again, all throughout the land of South America through Uruguay and to Colombia. It said Asher will be all throughout here because they shall be in a rich land. They should have no extreme poverty, and they got good agriculture, man. So for them guys to talk all that shit about how the tribes is not what it is, look, man, that's why the Most High gonna fucking destroy y'all, man. All right. And we focus on the place Uruguay or Uruguay.
It was the only South American nation that avoided a full-blown recession.
Oh, you see that? Hold on. Rewind that back just in case y'all ain't catch that. It's because he said this is the only place, Uruguay was the only place that didn't have a full-blown out recession, man. Let me play that back.
During the 2008 global economic crisis, Uruguay was the only South American nation that avoided a full-blown recession.
Yeah, so it was the only Latin America during a recession didn't experience basically a downgrade, man. They was still doing good, man. They was still eating the royal dainties out in Uruguay, man. All right, they was still happy, you know. They was good during the recession. Asher was happy. They was chilling. They was still eating good. All right. Let me bring out a preset, man. You know, because I'm doing too much rambling. But you got to make these points. You know. Let me get this in Proverbs. This is Proverbs 3:13, and no, it's like it. It's Proverbs 3, and 13, it say, happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. Right, happy, just like as your name is means happy. So happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding, man. Because that was going on. A lot of our people is losing the wisdom and losing the understanding, or never coming to the wisdom or the understanding of these scriptures, man. All right. So happy is the man that getteth this understanding. Understand the 12 top chart is not based. Even though I'm bringing out evidence and proof, this is not based on evidence and proof, man. This is based on faith, man. Hey, man, I was watching a Apostle Aramla video yesterday. Man, he said something he said this, man. He said, this truth is about faith and foolishness, man. That's what he said. And I got the video to prove it. He said this truth is about faith and foolishness. And he said the reason why I say, because it's a righteous foolishness, man. Because actually what we believe in and what we're doing is foolish. It's foolish because he was saying it's foolish because the Lord can just wake up the 144,000 to 1/3 in a snap of a finger. We don't even gotta do all this preaching. It's just our righteous foolishness that make us do this, man. It's foolish to go out. We go out in the cold. Everyone is against us every day. It's foolishness. We don't need proof of nothing. We go off of straight righteous foolishness, man. And, and when he said that really hit my spirit because, we've been called fools all the time for doing what we do. Well, it's the spirit, man. That's just our. This thing is based on faith and righteous foolishness, man. Like the Apostle Ramla said, man. So once again, man, happy is the man. Hey, yo, fool do what a fool does. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom. Right. Hey, we're happy, like Asher, man. We findeth wisdom. And a man that getteth understanding, man. So, that's just what it is, man. So let me finish watching some of this video.
And today it has the largest middle class and the lowest levels of corruption in the
it said it had the largest middle class. Hell, everyone is eating good, man. Hey, them one of them places you be out in Uruguay, right? And you will have no money, but you'll still be eating good just because it's good royal lands there, man. Food probably grow out the trees, off of the bushes, berries. It's a rich land. It's a rich land to be in, man. Hey, it was a guy who was the president of Uruguay. I got him right here. His name was Pepe. He was an Asherite, and they used to call him the poorest president, but he was happy, man. Hey, hold on, let me I'm gonna give you a clip of him, man. But he was happy. They call him the poorest president. He was. A couple of years ago, he was the president of Uruguay, but he was happy. So let me show you him because
now their unique and charismatic president has put the country on the map. Because in a world of bland politicians, Jose Mujica stands out from the crowd.
Pepe Mujica, look at him. He's a president. He lived a regular life, man. He got a three-legged dog. He got a little chicken coop, but he was happy. And this is an Asherite in his true state right here, man. This is nation Israel. We humble people, man. Look at him, and this man became the president. And he lived a regular, and look, he just lived an average life. He could have lived that millionaire life. He said he gave all his money to charity. He gave 90% of his dollars into charity. He lived a regular life. I'm gonna play some of the video. And this was the former president of Uruguay, man. This was an Asherite, man.
Austere life. Still gets around in his old VW Beetle.
he drive a used Beetle, man. He drive a used car, man. And he lived a humble life, man.
Zero interest in the trappings of high
This is how we know who the 12 tribes is. I can say this man's an Asherite, man. He was just he had a happy spirit. He didn't care about money, clothes and hoes. He cared about things. He cared about his country. He probably, never came across the truth. I don't know. He probably did. I don't know. But I can tell by his spirit that he's an Asherite, and that trait of happiness pursued him, man.
Office and donates 90% of his salary to charity.
See, he ain't gonna know with Jakes and all them Jakes. Look, that's a Jake woman, man. Hey, that look like a Judite for all I know, but that could be a Asherite, cause we're all dark-skinned people, man. But once again, we're not dark-skinned people, but we got that melanin, and it's all about your spirit anyway. All right, and once again, man, this further proves that the 12 tribes chart is right, man. Now this is gonna be I'm gonna cut this one short. Then on the next video, I'm gonna bring out the precepts. All right. Now, you know what? Before I do that, I'm gonna close out with this, and I'm gonna do a part 2. This is Psalms 38 and 8. Psalm 38 and 8. No, what is it? Slaggy, just give me a minute to. Psalm 38 and 8, is it? No. Not this. I have. No, I'm gonna just get this in second Chronicles. Second Chronicles. This is Second Chronicles 9 and 7. Happy are thy men, and happy are thy servants, which stand continually before thee, and hear thy wisdom. Blessed be the Lord thy God, which delight in thee, to set thee on his throne, to be kings for Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua thy power, because thy God loved Israel to establish them forever. Therefore made he the king over them, to do judgment and justice, man.